So today's not going to be that exciting. I'm just doing a video on basically cleaning out the litter box and the process that I do because we have 3 cats. And people think cats are stinky, but they're really not that stinky. It's just their litter boxes that get stinky, and cats can't help it. They don't have a scoop and a bag to clean it up themselves. They do need the responsibility of the owner. Sometimes I'm not the best at it because I forget or just get lazy because, life. But what you do, you just take a scoop, and it's best to hold it against here so that it doesn't fling all over the place. I get a bag ready and just scoop out the chunks that I see. So the purpose of putting it against the wall there is so that when you fling it, because if you were to fling it like this, it kind of jumps all over the place and makes a huge mess. See, so I'm going to finish this up and then I will show the next process. Alright, so this is where I put all of our litters. It's just in here. If you hear meowing, it's my cat in the background. And I take a scoop. Really, kitty? And I sprinkle it over top of the stuff that I just freshly scooped. And that is step 2. So step 2 for the hooded litter boxes is to add the lid, obviously. This is optional, but you can add essential oils to this part right here because it is a vent, and it will help keep the room smelling nice and clean. If you're wondering what this is, this was my sad attempt at a scratcher, because my cat, every time she leaves the litter box, she likes to be extra. So she makes lots of noise, she scratches everything, and this mat here was all crooked, and she was just making a mess. So I made this not the greatest. This thing I actually bought, but it used to have cardboard in it. And the cardboard she ruined, and it got scratchy, and she would lift it up and it would get in her litter box, and it was just, ugh. So I threw it out, obviously. And this is just a type of sisal rope. Needs to be re-hot glued because she has some tough claws. Even after I clip them, she's a maniac. So that is another option, to put a scratchy by the litter box. If you notice Cotton, she also had like that other scratchy post, which is taller. It is usually a territorial thing because cats, they like to scratch and clean. Sometimes peeing on an area isn't enough, so they be extra and need a scratchy. So yeah, I will go and move along to showing the process of doing the other cats. So not every cat is the same. As you can see, Cotton here, she likes 2 different litter boxes. One, she usually goes poo-poo in, and this one she usually has Tinkles in. And she's being a good sport coming in the video. So there are different ways. So basically with this one here, you clean out the exact same way that I showed, as well as that one. You just scoop and pick up the poop, and it's clumping litter, so it's a lot easier to clean up. Both boxes are clean, and to explain a little bit more, for some cats, they actually prefer 2 boxes. That's why they usually say 2 litter boxes per cat. So this one here is for tinkling in, peeing, and that is what she prefers. This one she prefers to have her number 2s in. There's also a scratching post near for territorial purposes. And there you go. Okay, so our third cat has a similar litter box to Cotton's, and his looks clean, right? But when you mix stuff around, there's a lot of stuff. So it could look clean. That's why it's best to, really, little buddy, that's why it's best to try make sure to clean it out every day, because there are stuff that we miss, and like us, we flush the toilet after we're done, and cats are very, very clean, so they like a clean toilet also. Okay, so another thing is you want to make sure to wash out the boxes. We do have multiple boxes that are ready to be switched out, so you add some soap. With some warm water. Once it is all soapy and ready to wash, what you want to do is get some kind of sponge or something to wash it out, and then you can dry it. And then you just want to dry it off with a towel. We'll probably do this with 2 hands, and then I'll come back to the video. Okay, so now that this is dry, one thing that I like to do is lift this up and put a clean litter box underneath it. I need 2 hands for this again. So now the second litter box, can you move your tail please? Thank you. So the second litter box is underneath here. So when this gets dirty, usually about once a week, we will take this top one off, empty all the litter from it, and wash it like I've shown. So then while this is being cleaned, this one will be ready. So then the same thing would happen. So after this one would be emptied and cleaned, we'd put this one under here when it's clean, just like this one, so that there is always an option for a nice clean litter box. And here is the little cuteness. So he's happy. And yeah, that's basically about cleaning litter boxes and how to take care of a cat so far.